Welcome to the masterclass on commercial-grade porcelain decontamination and stain chemistry. Look, I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are completely elevating our approach to facility maintenance. We're throwing out the outdated, amateur idea that getting rid of a tough stain just requires primitive elbow grease. No way. Instead, we are going to master the precise, scientific chemistry required to protect your commercial assets, eliminate your liability, and restore services to their exact original state. If you're managing high-traffic facilities, or if you simply demand elite, professional-grade results, you are exactly where you need to be. Let's get right into it. Okay, there's a fundamental rule we need to establish right out of the gate. Every single stain has a source, a bonding mechanism, and a removal method. Correct identification determines successful treatment. This is the core mindset shift of our entire program. We are completely moving away from blind, surface-level scrubbing. From this moment on, you are operating as a diagnostician. You're engaging in highly targeted, scientific eradication.
Here is our exact curriculum for today. First, the science of stains. Second, acids versus alkalis. Third, the 5-step expert formula. Fourth, advanced application strategies. And finally, safety and protocol.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the science of stains. We need to understand the battlefield itself. Now, most commercial toilets are made of vitreous china. And sure, it looks perfectly smooth to the naked eye, right? But microscopically, it is highly porous, and those tiny pores trap very specific contaminants. You have to visually diagnose the deposit to know exactly which chemical weapon to deploy. For example, if you see chalky white or yellow rings, that's calcium and magnesium from hard water. What about brownish red marks hanging around the waterline? Well, that's high iron content in the water causing rust. And those dark or greenish rings, that's strictly organic, bacteria, mold, and uric acid. Remember, you absolutely must diagnose before you deploy.
Moving right along to Section 2, acids versus alkalis. This is where we break down the binary nature of molecular stain removal.
Let's talk about our first chemical pathway, saponification. When you're up against organic waste, body oils, or just general human grime, alkaline cleaners are your best friend. And here's why. It's actually pretty fascinating. They literally convert that gross grime into suspended, washable soap. The high pH alkaline solution actually hydrolyzes the ester bonds inside the fats, creating an emulsion that just effortlessly rinses away. It's chemical magic.
But here's the catch. Alkalis are literally useless against hard water rings. You have to contrast your approach based entirely on the stain's unique chemistry. So while alkaline cleaners with that high pH are your absolute go-to for organic saponification, acidic cleaners with a low pH are strictly required to dissolve inorganic mineral deposits and stubborn hard water scale. Acids release hydrogen ions that actively shatter those mineral bonds that an alkali simply can't even touch. Check this out. This is the exact acid-base reaction happening right there in the bowl. When you drop hydrochloric acid, HCl, onto rock-hard calcium carbonate limescale, you trigger a massive reaction. It literally transforms that stubborn rock into calcium chloride, which is just a highly soluble salt, plus carbon dioxide gas and water. So think about it. You aren't scrubbing the rock away. Actually, scratch that. You aren't scrubbing at all. You are chemically dismantling it at the molecular level so it just harmlessly flows down the drain.
Section 3, the 5-step expert formula. Let's take all this chemistry and build it into a repeatable, elite operational system.
This right here is the non-negotiable operational flow that guarantees commercial-grade results in any facility, every single time. Step 1, identify the stain type with total accuracy. Step 2, select the appropriate chemistry. Remember, acid for minerals, alkali for organics. Step 3, and listen, this is where 99% of amateurs completely fail, apply using the correct dwell time. Chemistry takes time to react, you literally cannot rush it. Step 4, verify complete removal. And Step 5, implement preventative maintenance so you aren't just endlessly fighting the same battle. Burn this 5-step framework into your daily operational standards.
All right, Section 4, Advanced Application Strategies. We're taking the theory and putting it to work in the real world. The physical execution is what separates the pros from the amateurs. First up, always post your clothes for cleaning signage. Then comes a genuinely critical yet constantly skipped step. You must lower the water level by plunging or siphoning. Why? Well, if you just pour industrial acid directly into a bowl full of water, you instantly dilute the concentration and ruin your chemical strike. It's useless. Apply your product directly under the hidden rim channels where the deposits actually originate. Give it that mandatory dwell time we just talked about, and only then agitate the surface with a professional bowl swab.
Now, sometimes chemistry needs a little physical backup, but you need to strictly follow the pumice protocol. Pumice stones are incredible for severe mineral scale, but they absolutely must be kept continuously wet. If you apply a dry pumice stone to vitreous china, you will permanently scratch and destroy the porcelain finish. And guess what? You've just created the perfect microscopic breeding ground for future bacteria. Always, always keep the stone and the surface wet.
And while we're talking about preventing mechanical damage, we need to address clogs. You have to know your tools. Never, under any circumstances, drop a regular exposed metal drain snake into a commercial toilet. It will absolutely shred the finish. You have to use a specialized closet toilet auger. These have a protective rubber or plastic sleeve right over the cable, specifically engineered to protect the porcelain bowl while you extract the clog.
Section 5. Safety and Protocol. We are dealing with volatile industrial forces here, and our safety standards are absolute zero tolerance.
Before you even think about uncapping industrial-grade acids, your personal protective equipment must be completely locked in. Chemical-resistant gloves, safety glasses, or a full face shield, and maximum room ventilation, those are the absolute bare minimum baseline. If you're stepping up to handle high concentrations of hydrochloric acid, an acid-resistant apron is also totally mandatory, no exceptions.
Now listen to me very carefully, because this next point is a literal matter of life and death. Never mix hydrochloric acid with bleach. Mixing HCl with sodium hypochlorite triggers a severe, violent chemical reaction that instantly generates lethal chlorine gas. This is the ultimate catastrophic failure point for untrained cleaners. You must drill this into your staff's heads constantly.
Because we respect the chemistry, we have to select the exact right dosage. Here's your breakdown for hydrochloric acid tiers. 9% HCl, that's perfect for routine tough soils and daily commercial use. Stepping up to 15 or 20% gives you a really nice, balanced strength for stubborn indoor stains. 31%, which you'll often hear called muriatic acid, is strictly reserved for severe commercial buildup and industrial level scale. And 37%? That is for extreme industrial use only, requiring the absolute strictest PPE. Your job as a professional is to select the exact required strength for the specific threat level you're facing. Basically, don't use a sledgehammer to swat a fly.
Okay, finally, what do we do about those deeply ingrained washroom odors? The ones that just linger even after the bowl looks perfectly clean? The answer is bioenzymatic cleaners. These are brilliant formulations containing targeted, actual live bacteria. These bacteria literally digest the uric acid and organic waste, converting them into completely odorless carbon dioxide and water. For persistent, deeply embedded odors, this isn't just a cover-up. It is the scientifically superior choice to establish a baseline of true long-term hygiene. You're deploying good bacteria to eat the invisible waste that's causing the smell.
So we've broken down the chemistry, the tactical application, the expert framework, and the non-negotiable safety protocols. I'm going to leave you with this one thought. Are you going to keep relying on amateur elbow grease, or are you finally ready to deploy precise, highly targeted chemical systems to protect and maintain your facility's assets? The knowledge you've acquired today completely transforms you from a casual cleaner into an educated, elite professional facility manager. Take these frameworks, strictly implement these standards, and elevate your entire operation. Thank you so much for joining this masterclass, and keep striving for total operational excellence.